Hi friends and welcome. Today we are here to watch season 5 episode 18 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It is called Intervention. I'm really curious to see what this episode is going to do because I feel like the last 3 episodes have been incredibly hard to watch, and I don't think I can express that in words. It's just been borderline unbearable. Some of the best written episodes of TV that I've ever seen, which means that it's been really hard, y'all. But I have faith. No pun intended. Faith, please come back to me. I beg of you. I have faith that, damn it, now I'm actually thinking about faith. I gotta pick a different word. I just have some, hope that things are gonna start chilling out now. Hopefully this means we can move on. The thing is, I'm, so torn about that because, I want us to be able to move on from this loss because otherwise I will, dehydrate and I don't have emotional capacity to stay in this grief much longer. But at the same time, I know that personally I'm going to be really bothered if they sort of go about the episode normally, as if Buffy didn't just lose her mom. So it's gonna be really hard because I feel I don't know what I want. I don't know how to cope with all of this. But something that has been reassuring me is that I keep going back to what After Show Reacts, what Shan told me after I watched Passion. I was really going through it, and she told me don't worry, calm down, because whenever they have these really sad episodes, they always have a better one, a happier one that follows. And I realized that that's true. You can't be in this sad place forever. So I know that at some point we're gonna have to let that go and go back to a little bit of a lighter Buffy, I wanna say. I don't know. But I'm trying to hold on to the hope of things are gonna get a little bit easier as we go. Hey guys, Domi from the future here, just to say I think Shan lied to me. I think that was a lie. As somebody who's the last episode I just saw in real time was 620, I can say this show did not get easier. Matter of fact, I think I've actually cried in pretty much every single episode since I was made to love you. I wish I was kidding. The thing that I was saying of Buffy eventually having to get lighter and that hope that I had in my heart, I no longer have that hope. I have now understood that this show took a turn in 5:15 that changed it completely. And Shan was definitely lying to me because she wanted me to continue watching Buffy, because this show did not get easier. It didn't. But I love you, Shan. It's been a struggle, y'all. It's been a struggle. I rewatched Forever, just like how I rewatched The Body. I knew that Forever was an episode that I wanted to rewatch before heading into the next one. I swear that I genuinely feel I cried more in The Body and in Forever when I was rewatching it on my own. The fact that a rewatch can hit just as hard, if not harder, than watching the episode for the first time, to me says so much about how well these episodes are written. I think we've been having such amazing conversations, and I didn't realize how much I was enjoying season 5 until a few weeks ago, if I'm being totally honest. I mean, of course I was loving it because I have genuinely loved every single season of Buffy I've seen so far. In the beginning of it, I was yeah, this is an amazing season, but I don't know if it's my favorite. But now, it might have taken me a while, and I didn't notice that this was happening. But now when I'm looking back on it, I've been using season 5 as a way to cope with season 5. And I was oh, so I guess I really do love this season. I rewatched Family so many times, and that's honestly become my comfort episode. I love it. It used to be New Moon Rising, but I feel now it's Family. It's my favorite episode. I rewatched, I want to say, most of those first episodes of season 5 with the exception of the Joyce episodes, and I don't know, they just really sort of helped me cope in a way, just because it was a way that I could still think about Buffy without thinking about Joyce kind of thing. This is all to say, I did not realize how into season 5 I was until I sort of hit these really hard episodes, and looking back on it, I'm holy shit. Yes, this has been an incredible season. I guess I feel I kind of want to say that yes, it might be my favorite season. I think I might have already been convinced. They got me. And so, now that I acknowledge how much I love season 5, it makes it that much harder to watch the episodes because I know that I'm just getting closer and closer to the ending, and I don't want it to end. Even though I'm sure season 6 is going to be great as well, because what season of Buffy isn't? Don't answer that. Yeah, kind of not excited to watch the episode for that reason. I don't want it to end, and also I'm just really stressed, and I really, really don't want them to make me cry again. I am genuinely out of fucking tears. Do not do this to me, Buffy, please. But anyways, we should actually go into like the actual episode. So the title of this episode is Intervention. And I feel like when I think of intervention, I think of like somebody who needs help. And then my mind led me to Spike, because the ending of I Was Made to Love You, I think Spike really crossed a boundary there when he asked for that doll. Like, that was something that really genuinely bothered the living shit out of me. And I don't think we've had time to discuss that because, you know, Joyce. So I do think that maybe this episode could have something to do with us discussing Spike's boundaries towards Buffy. You know, some sort of intervention of like, Spike, you can't just like throw yourself on Buffy at every living moment. Like, we get it, it's Buffy, but like, no. Oh yeah, I think I also mentioned in my last video, maybe it was an intervention for like alcohol and also like, you know, just for Giles and stuff. Whenever he's alone, I feel like we always see him drink. But yeah, in general, I'm not quite sure, but I'm excited to head into this and watch. I thank you all so much for watching this with me, and I think we should go ahead and do it. So, season 5, episode 18, let's go. Okay, enough. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna press play. I'm not anxious.
Giles, you don't have to help. You cook.
Oh, come on. I quite like to cook. Helping you two out makes me feel useful. How's she doing? And you?
I'm okay. You know, some minutes are harder than others.
All I can say is it will get better.
It has to. We're holding up, though. I was, thinking about maybe taking a break or something.
You were doing so well.
Don't go to the couch.
And great. I'm just starting to feel uneasy about stuff.
Stuff?
Training, slaying, all of it. And I'm not sure I like what it's doing to me.
But you've mastered so much.
I'm starting to feel like being the Slayer is turning me into stone.
Turning you into stone, Buffy.
Buffandra! You're...
I loved her more than anything. I don't know if she knew.
Oh, she knew.
Buffy.
Oh,
Maybe being the perfect Slayer means being too hard to love at all. I already feel like I can hardly say the words.
Buffy.
I love you. Love, 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 love. Giles, it feels strange.
There is something in the Watcher's diaries. A quest.
A quest? Like finding a grail or something?
There's a sacred place in the desert. It's not far.
Oh, the desert? Oh.
If it'll help you out, I think you should do it. I can hang with the gang.
I love you, Dawn. You know that, right?
Yeah. I love you too.
I love you. Really love you.
Getting weird.
Some say it's better than the real thing.
Better than the real thing.
Bruh, are you joking?
She looks good, but what about the rest?
No!
Little walk.
That's literally Sarah Michelle
Perhaps
Gellar.
a zippy cartwheel.
Hey, she's great. You'll be real happy, I swear.
Touch of plasticine.
Spike? Oh, Spike.
No. No! Oh no!
She'll do.
Yeah, we need an intervention for reals. The first thing that stands out to me about this first scene is the fact that Buffy's washing the dishes reminds me so much of, I think it was in 509 maybe, or one of those episodes where Buffy is like crying while washing the dishes because that's like the moment that she's alone or something like that. It's just so meaningful to me how I feel like the image I have of Buffy washing the dishes is her really feeling or her feelings when she's alone, and then now we actually get to see her wash the dishes but she has company, which show that she's not alone. I think it's just an incredible parallel.
But you are a god, the sacred Glorificus.
I'm a god in exile.
That's her name, Glorificus.
Ugh, I'm in pain.
Me watching Buffy.
Find out who's new in her life, who's special. I want to hear about everyone she has contact with.
What about a book, a gourd, and a bunch of twigs?
I don't think I'll be that hungry.
They're for me. Come on this way. You see, I can't take you there myself. I have to perform a ritual to transfer my guardianship of you temporarily to a guide.
This feels dangerous. Giles, are we sure about this?
And that's what it's all about.
Was that your
This is
best
so
fighter?
weird. This is so weird.
No.
This is so weird.
I want to hurt you, but I can't resist the sinister attraction.
Maybe I should let you go.
No. No, Spike. Never let me go.
You know you should be afraid of me.
I'm helpless against you, you fiend. Oh!
I'd rather stay home and watch television.
Oh yeah, Willow wants to watch this thing on the History Channel tonight. Salem witch trial stuff,
she
which is only
does.
gonna get her all upset.
Oh, I was there. It really wasn't that bad. See, if you were really a witch,
Anya.
you'd do a spell to escape.
You're evil.
And that excites you?
It excites me. It terrifies me. Oh, Spike, devour me.
All right.
Spike, I can't help myself. I love you.
You are mine, Buffy.
Time to slay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Vampires
Oh,
of the
no.
world, beware.
Oh, this is bad. This is real bad.
Hey there,
Buffy.
Xander. And Anya. How is your money?
Fine. Thank you for asking.
That's so great.
It's Spike, and he's wearing the coat.
Yes. Hello all. Buffy's back early, I see. Lots of patrolling all around tonight, then, is it? Ow! Hey! Glad you're all here. Cause the place is crawling with vamps tonight.
Oh, cause she's actually really good.
She fought okay.
Yeah. Hey, she never asked about Dawn.
It's true.
Something's wrong.
That's what gives her away. The fact that Buffy's so selfless, she would ask about Dawn.
You're the big bad. You're the big bad.
Those darn Salem judges, with their less satanic than thou attitudes. Oh, honey.
Buffy's gone insane.
What? What'd she do?
Brace yourself. You're not gonna believe it.
Everyone, before we jump all over her, people do strange things when someone they love dies.
Buffy's boinking Spike.
Oh, but Tara's right. Grief can be powerful, and we shouldn't judge.
What are you kidding? She's nuts.
Well, it's not healthy. We're all agreeing there.
Who's there?
Oh my god, it's back. Okay.
Spike? Buffy has lots of friends, and we love her very much. And we'll do whatever it takes to protect her.
Gentlemen, I'm so sorry to intrude, but I wondered if I might beg a moment of your time. She will want the key intact. Key? Who's a key? I'm not the...
I mean, okay, I'd rather them think it's Spike than Dawn, so.
You think you're losing your ability to love.
I didn't say that. Yeah.
You're afraid that being the Slayer means losing your humanity.
Does it?
You are full of love. You love with all your soul. Love is pain, and the Slayer forges strength from pain. Love. Love will bring you to your gift.
What?
Ma'am. I mean, if she gets stronger with more pain, then she's gonna be super strong right now.
He was looking for you. He hasn't come back. Anya sat up waiting.
I don't know where Xander is. I haven't seen him. And when I came out of the tunnel, Spike was gone.
You didn't, sleep with Spike.
No. I had sex with Spike. I'm sorry if it bothers you. You're my best friend.
I am. Everyone was being all sympathetic and making you feel weak. And Spike wasn't like that. One time, you just did something kind of crazy.
It wasn't one
That's
time.
a really smart
It was lots of
explanation.
times. And lots of different ways. I could make sketches.
No. Buffy,
No,
there is something
no.
seriously wrong here.
I'm getting a gift? Or do you mean that I have a gift to give to someone else?
Death is your gift.
Death?
What?
Is
Don't
your
say
gift.
that.
Okay, no. My mother just died. I know this. If I have to kill demons because it makes the world a better place, then I kill demons. But it is not a gift to anybody.
Your question has been answered.
No, it hasn't.
Stunning when we believe he is the key.
Really? That's fantabulous. And impossible. The key has to be pure. This is a vampire.
We observed the Slayer. She protected this one above all others. She treated him as precious.
Really? Precious. Let's take a peek at you, Precious.
Sod off.
Holy shit, man. Oh,
Maybe there's something on the
okay.
inside. What do you know, Precious? What can I dig out of you?
What the fuck? Spike, please don't say anything.
So we should look.
I don't know. Why are you all looking at me?
Okay, Buff, it's okay. You're right. You shouldn't have to know everything.
Whatever we do, we're gonna need Buffy's help.
Then we're gonna have to talk to her.
Intervention time again?
Yeah, because what we need right now is a sane Buffy.
Whoa. Group hang time?
Buffy, we need to talk.
What's wrong? Is Dawn okay?
Dawn's fine.
Buffy, we care about you and we're worried about you.
It's wrong.
Wait, this shouldn't be about blame.
Blame? There's blame now?
No, there's only love.
Poor Buffy.
Some fear.
We're just kind of thrown by the you having sex with Spike.
The who, what, and how with huh?
Okay, that's denial. That usually comes before anger.
I'm not having sex with Spike.
Anger.
No one is judging you. It's understandable. Spike is strong and mysterious and sort of compact but well-muscled.
I am not having sex with Spike, but I'm starting to think that you might be.
Buffy, I saw you. Anya, too.
Spike's mine. Who's straddling Spike? Oh my God.
And so say all of us.
Two of them.
Hey, I know this. They're both Buffy.
No. She's a robot. You guys couldn't tell me apart from a robot? Oh, I don't think I'm a robot.
She's very well done.
Stop.
Glory has Spike.
We were gonna bring that up.
We were getting weapons.
Grab him. We're going now. I have to kill him.
We don't even know where to look.
I know where to start.
Buffy always knows.
No more. I'll tell you who the sodding key is.
He will not. You will not. He will not. He won't. He will not.
I really think we should be listening to the other Buffy Giles. She's very smart and she's gonna help us
Giles?
save Spike.
Giles, Spike didn't even bother to program my name properly.
Listen, Skirt Girl. We are not going to save him.
It's that guy on TV. What's his name?
On the television?
On that show, the prize show, where they guess what stuff costs.
We will bring you Bob Barker. We will bring you the limp and beaten body of Bob Barker.
It is not Bob Barker, scabby morons.
I'm not telling you, Jack. You're never gonna get your sodding key, because you might be strong. But in our world, you're an idiot.
I am a god.
The Slayer is going to kick your skanky, lopsided ass back
So
to
true.
whatever place would take a cheap, whorish fashion victim, ex-god like you.
Spike.
Slayer.
Oh.
If he did give us up, Dawn and I need to get out of town. I mean, she could be on her way right now.
I'm sure we'll all be perfectly safe.
And Spike built a robot Buffy to play checkers with.
It sounded convincing when I thought it. Hey, I think I found something.
She's so cute.
It's an easy fix. I mean, not that I would.
Please don't be suggesting what I'd have to kill you for suggesting.
No, travesty, completely on board. It's just... the guy was so thrashed.
No. They would not.
You're covered in sexy wounds.
Is that real, Buffy?
Willow fixed me. She's gay.
Will fixed you? I thought they'd melt you into scrap. She wanted to know who the key was.
That's
well,
Buffy.
I can tell her, and then you won't.
No.
You can't ever. Glory never finds out. Anything happened to Dawn, you'd destroy her. I couldn't live her being in that much pain. Let Glory kill me first. Nearly bloody did.
What? What the fuck? What? What?
The robot is gone. The robot
What?
was gross and obscene. What you did for me and Dawn, that was real. I won't forget it.
Bro, I just... Bro, I just can't believe this. Bruh. This is crazy. Like, I know that we've been talking for so long about the fact that Spike's clearly into Buffy, but I was like, I don't think she's into Spike yet, but like, she kissed him. She actually kissed him. And does this, like, I know that I feel like it was more of like a grateful kiss than like a love kiss, but like, the fact that she was not completely appalled by everything that happened in this episode and the fact that he created a robot is just insane. Oh my god, I cannot believe. Like, oh my god, of course it was her. Okay, woo! I will be right back to discuss.
Surprise! So me and Domi just watched episode 18 of Buffy. We watched it not together, but we did watch it at the same time. So, you know, it works kind of. And now we decided to talk about it because this is gonna be probably the first and the last time we'll be at the exact same episode on the exact same day.
Yep.
So we thought, hey, why not do a joint review, huh?
It's so fun. I'm excited.
I know. I'm so
And I
excited.
feel like-
And this was such a good episode as well, I think, to talk
I know.
about.
Oh my god. We were having such a hard time not going into our discussion while we were preparing the video, but we have kept
was
it
dying.
chill.
Yeah, we're both very chill people, as you guys know. You know?
Absolutely. Both not a criers.
Exactly.
Everything's fine. Anyways, well, what were your thoughts on the episode, Lexi?
Oh god. Honestly, I loved it. You know what? I was so happy. There were like some teary-eyed moments from me, but I wasn't crying after the first time. After 3 episodes, I was like, yay!
Same.
I was just enjoying Robot Buffy. I was like, yes, girl, give me the comedy.
Yes. It was such a needed episode. And I think this is exactly how I felt after watching the last Angel episode. I was like, this is the break that I needed of like, you know, just like the
Same.
heaviness of the season. And I think this episode really gave it to me while still acknowledging the fact that Buffy's still grieving. And I was like, yes, this is it. This is perfect. Thank you. No comments.
Yeah, I loved
That's
it. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like I have to talk about that ending. I don't know about you, but
Bro, it's in my head. Like, what was that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you mean the kiss?
Yeah, I mean the freaking kiss.
Buffy kissed Spike.
Yeah.
Like, what?
something.
No way. Did you know it was Robot Buffy when she came in, or
I like that it was real her, you mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ignore me.
I think I did. I think I did.
Okay, yeah.
Did you?
Because I knew, and I was like, she actually kissed him? Then I was like, is it Robot Buffy then? Because I was like, it looks like real Buffy. It sounds like real Buffy. But then she kissed Spike.
I mean, I think it actually really sounded like Robot Buffy. I think she was doing a really good job, but I didn't know why they would let Robot Buffy come back, so I was like, oh, this is definitely the real Buffy. You know?
I think that was like a slight difference in her acting. Just like very subtle. And I was like, that's SMG for us. Like, she's the fucking best.
Please. I have fallen in love with her. It's happened.
She was I loved her as Robot Buffy. It was just so nice to see her like smile like that. Like, she just looked so happy. Real Buffy is never happy. I was like, yes, bitch, at least some version of her is happy.
It's true. It's true. Even though her smile was so creepy, I feel like villains, whenever they have a smile, it's just creepy. And so every time she smiled, it like bothered me because I was like, this is just weird and it feels out of character. But that's true. I wish she was happy.
I know.
Poor baby girl's really going through it.
Awful. It's awful. Everything is just awful.
Yeah, that describes things pretty well. This is our recap. Yeah, you've just summed it up. I think we're done now.
Awful. I think, that's it.
Something that really stood out to me was Xander knowing that something was wrong with Buffy when she didn't ask about Dawn. I was like, this is too much. You know, the fact that she's such a selfless character, that her not caring about somebody would be out of character for her, is like, it's Buffy. It describes perfectly Buffy in its essence, you know. But I feel like this is why I'm glad that she actually went ahead and went to the desert and stuff, which we have to talk about, because finally some Restless connections, I mean, took them long enough.
That was so cool.
What do you mean her presence is death? I don't want death as a presence. I don't want to be the presence of death. I don't want the present to be given of me of death. No.
Yeah, I don't know what it means. Like, does it mean that like her gift is that is her gift because she kills monsters, and that's a gift to the world because she can, you know, rid the world of some monsters? Like, is that the gift? But then how does that answer her question? She's been doing this the whole time. Like, when the first Slayer was like, your question has been answered, I was like, bitch, no! It has not. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
What question? What?
But I feel like there's also a different interpretation of it that really scares the living shit out of me, which is that, like, in Fool for Love, I remember that, you know, Spike said that the reason that he was able to defeat the Slayers or something was that, like, they wanted to die. Right? Yeah, exactly. And so I wonder, like, a part of me was like, sure, maybe her gift has to do with, like, you know, she kills people, her gift is death, like, as in killing people, or maybe her gift is that she gets to die when she's done doing it or something. I was like, I don't like this. I don't like the thought of this.
And then is that how the show ends? She's just gonna be dead?
Don't say that.
I'm sorry, but
do not say that.
What other time could she die, you know? It's like, we still have 2 seasons.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird. I thought it was interesting, though, because I'm just happy that we finally went back to Restless. Because I think we talked about this a while ago, where I was like, I'm so frustrated because I still have no Restless answers. And you were like, bruh, I forgot about this episode so long ago.
That's me. I move on so fast.
I did not move on. I have to say, the one episode that finally made me move on was The Body, just because I was seeing Restless connections, and then when I posted it, my patrons were like, no, this is, like, not a connection. And I was like, you know what? I give up. So it's been, like, 1 episode since I stopped looking for connections.
That's true. The universe being like, fuck you.
When, I was like, I'm just done, you know? Like,
funny.
maybe it just doesn't have to make sense, or maybe it's just gonna make sense at, like, the last episode of the last season, and I literally had just given up.
I love that. I loved it. That's so good. Yeah, I like the thing that they mentioned, like, hers and Riley's relationship as well. And, like, her saying how she never, like, really loved him. And, like, the last person she really loved was Angel. And I thought
why would you bring that up?
I'm sorry. You're like, I forgot you're a Angel shipper. I'm so sorry.
You're like, let's me take Jenny away from this conversation. Let's talk about Bangel.
Because I thought it was so interesting that the guide was saying how like she's like Buffy's. Are you gonna cry?
No.
I'm so sad. I'm so sorry. You look so sad.
I'm sorry. No, it's all good. I'm just actually thinking about the scene and it was very sad, but it's fine. I'm good.
Okay, good. Buffy closed herself off after Angel. That like she's full of love, but she's like scared to reach for it because of all the pain she's been, and it just like makes it so much sense like why she was the way she was with Riley. And I think Buffy herself is only just now like really understanding that about herself. Like I think at the moment she thought that she was like good with Riley, but now she's like, oh, actually I think I was like super guarded and I never let myself love him because she was afraid of losing him.
That's so sad. We're fine.
We're fine. This was a funny episode.
Yeah.
It was
with all
fun.
the emotional baggage, it was funny, I guess.
Yeah, perfect.
That's so true, and that's why I feel like I loved this episode. I loved Buffy saying to Giles, I love you. You know, like, repeating that over and over again.
That almost made me cry. I just couldn't.
I know!
And then just her after immediately telling Dawn that she loves her. She's just, and you know what? I said that during my reaction, but that fucking scares me. Because, like, is someone gonna die? Like, why is she saying I love you to people so much, you know?
Because somebody just died.
Yeah,
so
does that mean the next person is gonna die? Like, I don't trust this fucking show. I don't trust it. She's like, oh, I got to make sure they know I love them in case they die. And then boom, they die. I'm literally scarred by this show. I'm expecting someone to die again by the end of the season.
They wouldn't.
Wouldn't they? Would they not? Would they not?
I would quit this show.
I Will Remember You, followed by Hero. Would they really not? Would they really not do that to us?
You bring a very good point, and I was just thinking about I Will Remember You and Hero, but I felt like I saw it in the sense of, like, the body was sad and Forever was sad.
Yeah.
So that's it. They reached their sadness quota.
Oh,
for
yeah,
this season.
for sure.
Lexi, you're scaring the living shit out of me.
Why would they ever do more? Why would they ever do more?
I feel like they have to pace things out. Like, I'm sure we're gonna lose another character at some point in the show, but I feel like one a season is enough.
I know I brought it up, but now I'm like, shut up.
Well, you said it. You're the one who brought it up. Listen, the way that I saw this scene was just Buffy. Like, I feel like when you lose somebody, you just, like, have so many, I guess, like, regrets. And I think this is just her going through her regrets of, if Joyce didn't know I loved her, then I need to make sure that everybody knows that I love them. So I didn't see it as, like, I'm not worried for Dawn and Giles, I think. Shit, man, now you put it in my head.
I'm sorry, but that's, like, I get it. Like, I get from your perspective, and that is quite possibly what we were doing. But also, this show has traumatized me multiple times. So now I'm like reading into every little thing. It's like, oh yeah, they're gonna die. Do you want to talk about just like the robot Buffy Spike situation?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't. That was so gross.
I know.
I was laughing and cringing at the same time.
It was so weird. And like, I didn't expect us to see a follow through for that storyline, actually. Like, I just thought that, like...
I forgot about it, actually.
I talked about it in my intro. I was actually thinking about it. But the thing is that, like, I didn't think that we were actually going to get to see it. I thought that, like... Like, I didn't think the guy was going to follow through and actually freaking do it.
Yeah.
You know? And so...
But it seemed like Spike was threatening him, so maybe that's why he was like, I think I'm going to have to do it, otherwise he's going to kill me.
Yeah.
I guess he doesn't know about the chip.
Yeah. But listen, I feel like that's what's interesting about this episode and about that ending specifically, is that it was really disturbing to see Spike make out with Robot Buffy, because you know that, like, it's not okay. And then at the end, I feel like if I was Buffy, I would be repulsed. I would never want to look this man in the face. But the fact that she kisses him, I think, is very interesting. And even though I feel like it was more of like a thank you kiss, it was still weird. I feel like I would definitely want to keep my distance.
Yeah, I mean, it's stuff. I'm so conflicted about the whole Spike Buffy thing. Yeah. Because, like, what he did in this episode was so fucking gross. Like, I just like how they even come back from something like that.
Yeah.
But then like the things he was saying about like Dawn and like he would rather die, like Spike would rather die than like let Buffy be sad or like feel like that is so. I was just like, well, okay, I don't know how to feel.
I know.
I'm just like, of course, I don't think they would work as a couple, and I don't think Buffy would ever reciprocate his feelings. But it was so interesting to see that she actually kissed him. I was so shocked.
Yeah.
But I feel like it maybe made sense in the moment. Or maybe it was just meant for more like as a little bit of a shock if like people didn't expect that to be the real Buffy. Because it, like for the audience, it was revealed that it was the real Buffy after the kiss.
Yeah.
So I think it could have been like maybe just like a little bit of a fun twist. But it could also be just like Buffy catching some feeling for Spike.
Who freaking knows?
I don't know. Imagine like talking about this in season 2. Like, would you have ever guessed?
Right.
It's like I didn't expect him to live this long, much less be a potential romantic interest for Buffy.
It's kind of crazy. I feel like they talked so much about like different romances this episode, like with that, I guess, and also just, you know, the Riley talk and the Angel talk and stuff. They were really, it's interesting. It's just interesting. And it was also so interesting, by the way, what Spike told him to program the robot with. You know what I mean? What kinds of informations? Like, yes, Willow is gay, and Spike. What was it? It was something about somebody. He said like bloody, and I was like, of course this is Spike. He was like, he said Giles was like a bloody. I can't remember shit, but it was like a description of somebody.
Was it Angel?
Oh yes.
Because
of course it was Angel.
That was so like I love that he had to add in that like Angel is a bloody moron and has like spiky hair or something.
Yeah.
I was like, Spike is so petty and I love it. He really like went to the effort to tell Warren, I think. I kept calling him Ren. I was like, oops, that's not his name. I think it's Warren.
Please, I didn't even refer to him.
The dude.
That man.
Yeah, like he told him to program this other guy into it, and then be like, he's a stupid little man with spiky little hair. Like I love Spike. That's amazing. Like
it's
the fact
so
that
funny.
he thought to do that.
Yeah, it's like it's the small things. It's him not caring about the way that Giles' name is pronounced, and him saying, you know, like bloody. Yeah, like it's so many small things. Like I feel like this episode is really good insight into what happens in Spike's brain. You know, and us not knowing what we can expect. Because even though I thought he wasn't going to give up, like, you know, Dawn, and because I genuinely do think he cares about Dawn, I was worried, you know, because when somebody's being tortured, I feel like you don't really know how they're going to react. And I feel like this episode was a really interesting insight into Spike's head and the lines that he's willing to cross, you know, like creating robots, but the lines that he's not willing to cross, like giving up Dawn, you know. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
I kind of want to talk, like, I think what was also very interesting when we were talking about the way that the robots were programmed is that Spike had to, like, narrow people down into a few different, like, categories and things to describe them. Like, Anya loves money, Willow gay, like, those kind of things. And I just thought that was so funny to see, like, how he sees them. And also it made me so wonder, if I was a robot, I wonder what people would have put for me. Like, what would have been my 3 characteristics? You know what I mean? I just thought, like, there was such funny, like, interesting, you know, ways to, like I said, get an insight into Spike's head. So I just thought that was fun.
I really liked it. I also like that, like, Buffy straight up asked Anya, like, how's your money? And Anya was like, thank you, so good. I was like, I think Anya might like Robot Buffy more than real Buffy.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe. Anya's gonna be like, oh, I prefer her.
And it was so fun to see that, like, they just thought that was grief. Like, that is such a perfect timing for this episode, you know? Because if Robot Buffy appeared at any given day, they'd be like, this is not Buffy. But the fact that she's just been through a loss that's so big that they would even imagine that she would sleep with Spike as a way of coping is really interesting to me, you know? And I also love how Tara was like, we have to understand that people going through grief can do a bunch of different things. But she's like, Spike, having sex with Spike? No, that's a no. That's a no.
It's just like,
I love
she's
her.
nuts. But
She's
Willow
so
was
great.
like, oh, Tara's right. Yes, yes. I think we have to understand. Tara's just like, are you crazy? No, she's obviously nuts. Like, what is Willow? We're not understanding this. This is not okay.
I just loved it. It was so great. And I love how Tara has been, like, I'm really hoping they're going to explore this relationship with Tara and Buffy, you know, right now. Because they're finding ways to bond that they didn't before. Because, you know, in one of the 10 million family rewatches that I've done, it's so interesting how Buffy says, like, oh, I don't really have anything in common with Tara. Other, you know, like her and Xander are talking. They're like, we don't really, there's nothing there. Now there's something there. Is it a horrible thing? Yes, but you guys can, like, bond over your dead mom trauma. And that's gonna be good for you.
It's so cute and wholesome.
Right? Like, I just feel like they're gonna understand each other better than anybody else at this point. So I'm really hoping that they're going to. Like, just the fact that they mentioned it, I was like, ooh, I really hope this is, like, a setup for them, you know, creating a
I really
friendship
hope
there.
so, too. Because also, I remember the first time we really saw Tara outside, like, when she wasn't with Willow, it was with Buffy. In, I think, the episode right after Riley has left. Like, they were in class together, and they were talking afterwards. And I was just so excited. I was like, yes, finally we see Tara. When Willow isn't there and she's interacting with one of the Scoobies.
Yeah.
And it was Buffy. So it would be cool that, like, they started to, like, hang out even before the trauma happened. And then now they can even rely on each other because they already had, like, a little bit of a relationship going on. And now it's, like, very strong because they have something to bond over. So, yeah.
I hope so. Xander was so great this episode. I also loved how he stood up for Buffy with Spike. Because I feel like usually that's actually something that would bother me in Xander if he did that, like, a few seasons ago. Because I think I'd be like, get over Buffy, man. But this time, it hit completely different. Because I knew that it had nothing to do with him having feelings for Buffy. Because he's thankfully over that. It was just about loving his friend so much that he was trying to be protective. Because I feel like, you know, a part of me could have been bothered by the fact that, like, he is getting into her personal life, and that just always bothers me, because I'm like, let Buffy do whatever she wants, but it was such a defensive, like when Giles stands up and, you know, for Buffy and those kind of things, that I was like, this is amazing, and I love that he did that.
Yeah, because I think from Xander's perspective, it must have looked exactly like that Spike was literally taking advantage of Buffy and her grief, because you would think, like, because Xander knows how Buffy felt about Spike before Joyce died. Like, we had that whole episode where she found out that he was in love with her, and, like, she locked him out of the house, and she was like, that's bad, like, you don't want that. So, like, from Xander's perspective, nothing would have changed in Buffy, right?
Yeah.
Besides, like, Joyce dying, but that wouldn't, like, suddenly make her be in love with Spike.
Yeah.
So I think it's totally fair for Xander to assume that, like, oh, Spike must be, like, you know, worming her way in through this tragedy, and is just, like, manipulating Buffy into a relationship or something.
Yep.
So I think it's sweet. Like, I liked it.
Agreed. And I also like that, like, he, like, sort of had the same points as he did when it was Angel, where he was like, because vampires are evil. Like, he is so done with Buffy and her thing with vampires right now. He's like, stop this. Can vampires stop having a crush on Buffy? They will never, because it's Buffy. But I just think it was, like,
everybody
so
has a crush on
funny.
her.
Right? Like, sometimes I do want to blame these characters for, like, doing, you know, stuff when they're clouded by, you know, Buffy. But then I'm like, if it was me, I would have done the same. So can I blame Spike for falling in love with her when I would have done the same? I can't.
Exactly. No, we cannot blame Spike.
No.
We're all Spike.
I feel like that's horrible given everything he did this episode.
Listen, I'm not gonna say if I could, I wouldn't have a Buffy robot, okay? I would not have sex with it. I wouldn't do that. That's wrong. But I would have it as a friend.
That's fair. That's fair. Buffy is a great friend.
Very normal stuff that you can do with a robot that's a replication of a real human being.
Yeah.
Because there are normal stuff you can do in that scenario.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Perfect.
But that would be so interesting, though, if they just sort of kept her just put her in a box somewhere. They were like, in case of emergencies only, some kind of thing. And then, you know, if maybe one day they need to... Because can you imagine how well she could distract people if Buffy, you know, has to go against Glory or something, so she uses the robots, like, so that Glory thinks it's her, and then she shows up in a different place. Like, robots Buffy can be useful.
Exactly. Especially because Glory was saying that they're running out of time in this episode. That, like, they need to find the key before something, right?
Good.
So it would be cool, like, we just send in Robot Buffy and then she can, you know, like, fight her and maybe kill her, but then maybe that will give us enough time for us to run the clock out or something. That could be so interesting. With the whole Glory thing, I'm actually, like, so nervous that she's so close to figuring it out.
Yeah.
Like, who done it? Like, they grabbed Spike because fake Buffy was protecting him the most.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's why they thought that must be the key. Even though he wasn't, like, fully new in her life. So I'm just like, what if they see real Buffy and real Buffy's like, Dawn, no!
Yeah! The Buffy nowadays, you say hi and she's like, hey, how's Dawn? So I really hope that, that's Little Miss Marvelous, Glorificus, whatever, doesn't figure it out, because it's gonna be bad. Because listen, I was actually so surprised, like, when he sort of let it slip, and then when he actually went to kill the guy, I was like, oh my god, Ben, like, you're really on our team, like, you're really fighting for us right now. But then he doesn't kill him properly.
That's what I said. I was like, I love the little guy. I love Jinx. He's one of my favorite little guys. I love him. He's so funny. And I was like, okay, I'm willing to lose him if we can have Dawn be alive.
Yeah.
But then this idiot kills him, but wrongly. So, like, we don't have Jinx. And then Glory still finds out that the key is a person.
Yeah.
But then we had Jinx in this episode. He didn't actually die. So I was like, yay.
Yeah. It's definitely, I can't believe you know his name, by the way.
It's Jinx. I love it. I
feel bad. I didn't know. I mean, yeah,
because I love him. He's so funny. I just love him.
He's really funny.
But then we did end up having an actual kiss between the real them.
Yeah. I'm still shook. Still shook.
I'm so interested. Next episode, like, what are they gonna talk? Are they gonna see each other? Like, what's gonna be happening there?
I feel like Buffy's not gonna want to talk about it. She is gonna deny that to the grave.
Probably. But I love that she said that, like, I will not forget what you did for Dawn.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, do I want them to be a couple? Like, it's just so weird because, like, I don't think I do, but maybe I do. It's confusing.
Yeah.
It's because Spike truly has his moments. Like, he truly goes from, like, a despicable guy who had a robot built and is having sex with it and is pretending it's Buffy and it's so gross and it's so disgusting, to, like, literally being willing to die for her. And he's just saying, like, the sweetest things. And I'm just like, I don't know, how am I supposed to feel?
I think it just shows that, like, his heart is sort of in the right place. He just doesn't know how to go about things. Probably because he's been a vampire for so long that, like, even though he can't hurt people, he still doesn't have a soul, right? So he still doesn't, like, I think he still has a hard time sort of differentiating right from wrong. And I think that's what that shows to me, is that, like, he just doesn't know how to cope with the feelings that he's having right now. So he will screw up and he will get a sex robot, which is hella disturbing. But, you know, but when it comes down to it, like, he actually cares about her.
Yeah.
There's so much happening right now. I'm feeling so overwhelmed with this season.
I know. It's such a good season, though. I really like it.
Me too. Me too.
Although the one thing is criminal about this season, not once has Giles sang in this one yet.
Oh, that's your problem with it? They killed Joyce off? And your problem is that that Giles didn't sing.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I respect it. My problem with it is that they have had an episode without Tara. Or maybe even two. That's not okay.
True. Like, explain to me why Anya is in the title sequence and not Tara. Not that I'm like Anya is great.
No, we get it. You hate Anya.
She should... Exactly what I said. Thank you for reading between the lines.
You're welcome. It's what I'm here for.
You're my YouTube comment section.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's like, okay.
Okay, so you hate Anya. Please explain why.
Exactly. I mean, she's just the worst. So, you know.
Anyway,
okay. But yeah, like, why not put, Tara in the title sequence as well?
Right.
Like, hello?
When Riley left, that was her shot. You should have put both of them.
Missed opportunity. Criminal. Absolutely criminal.
I know. I kind of want to go back to, like, the beginning of the episode and the fact that Buffy seems to be going through her I don't want to be a Slayer phase again. Because I feel like this was such a prevalent theme in the first few seasons, was that Buffy was, like, feeling stuck in this of, like, I don't want to be this Slayer, but, like, I gotta do it. And I think that, like, Faith is sort of what changed in her. I feel like after Faith came along and showed her, like, I don't know, like, a different sort of side of being a Slayer, I feel like Buffy has grown into loving to be the Slayer in a way, and understanding that it's a part of her. But now, it's very interesting to see that she wants to drop it again. And I like that, I think a part of her doesn't, though, because when Giles suggests we can go into, like, we can get you some answers, I think if she definitely didn't want to be one, she would be like, nope, I don't want answers right now. I just want to, have my, like, I don't know if it's out of a sense of obligation, which I feel like is why she was doing this in the first seasons, or if it has something to do with the fact that, like, she wants to be a Slayer, but she also doesn't. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I think it was really just, she didn't think she could love and be the Slayer. Like, I think maybe she was just thinking of Kendra, maybe, or just the first Slayer, where, like, in Restless, when they told her that Slayers are supposed to be alone, they're not supposed to have friends.
Yeah.
And it's also, like, kind of comes back to Fool for Love as well, where Spike said that Slayers have a death wish.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the reason, like, I'm sure Buffy has it a little bit as well, but I think why she has gotten to be a Slayer for such a long time is because of her friends. Like, they're the ones who ground her, and they make her not want to die. Like, they give her a reason to keep on living.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe with Joyce gone, she fell back into that whole, like, well, what's the point,
Yeah.
I can't believe how much I love Dawn. Like, I was so hostile towards her at the beginning, and now I'm just like, that's my little sister too.
I know. It's kind of crazy how they were able to, like, create something like this. Like, that, even though she's not Buffy's sister, I feel like at this point she is.
Yeah, she's
like,
simply Buffy's sister.
I know, and that's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, I am now, like, remembering that she's always been here, It feels like the gaslighting worked. I feel like it worked because it just
Don't
feels
say
like
that.
Yeah. No, but, like, doesn't it feel like that, yeah, she has been here this whole time? Like, she just feels like an actual part of the group. Like, she doesn't feel like the way Tara felt at the beginning, or, like, Anya at the beginning. She feels like, yeah, she grew up with these people, and it's so crazy.
Yeah, because I feel like I was just as concerned as I was, like one of my biggest concerns in the body was having Dawn find out. And I'm like, how can I be this stressed over somebody, like I said, who, like, it's insane because they literally go ahead and they tell you, this is fake, okay? So, like, she's not actually Buffy's sister, and yet she still is, you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. And then you care about her so much, and I care about her, what she's going through right now and how she's dealing with it. And I'm like, but you, like, I shouldn't, but I really do.
Yeah, exactly. It's so weird.
Congrats, Buffy writers, because I don't know how the hell you did that, because I didn't realize that I cared about Dawn until I cared about Dawn.
Until you were, like, sobbing because of her.
Yeah, literally.
I know, oh god. We're gonna stop, I think, right?
Yes.
Because I think we talked about everything.
Yeah, I think
this
we're
was
good.
really fun.
I'm
glad
was
we got
awesome.
to do this.
Yes.
And now I'm gonna leave you behind.
That feels so weird. Like, ever since we've known each other, a little bit of context for the people and the YouTube, I feel like you have always, even though you were ahead of me at some points in the beginning, because you started before me, I feel like
But then we didn't know each other at that point.
we didn't know each other. Like, I feel like ever since we started talking, I was always the one who was ahead. Since, when did we start talking? Like, season?
Somewhere in season 2, because No, it was season 2 because you were excited for me to get to Passion. I have not forgotten that. You were
I'm
like,
so sorry.
Like, kind of chill, but also not chill. Just like, so have you seen the next episode yet?
I'm sorry. I was just in so much pain that I needed to share it with somebody. Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so since season 2, and it took me 3 seasons to catch up and to pursue. So it's crazy. It's gonna be so weird.
I already don't like
I
it.
can't talk to you about my feelings. I have to wait for you to talk to me.
Because this happened in the last Angel episode. You watched it before me for some reason.
Yeah.
Like a few hours before me, and we were already like, this is upsetting the natural balance of the universe right now.
Exactly. I had to be like, I seen a new episode, trying not to type what the episode is about to you. I was like, oh yeah, she hasn't seen it yet. Let me not spoil for her.
It's so weird. It's so weird, but it's gonna be fun, and I'm glad that we got to do this. You know, like we wanted to sort of do a collab to like, you know, we were at the same episode, and so we made this work so that we could actually have a discussion in real time before you head into, you know, the rest of the show
6.
while I get stuck here forever, maybe, possibly.
Oh my god.
But yeah, this is so fun. Thank you for doing this with me.
Thank you so much. Thank you for, you know, putting your recording day over to Sunday for me. I
You're
appreciate
so
it.
welcome. I'm dead. And
me too.
It's all your fault, but
okay.
Well, it was so great to see you, and I will see you around soon.
Yeah.
Bye. Okay. Well, that was really fun. I really hope you guys enjoyed that. This was just something that, you know, Lexi and I had talked about doing for like a few weeks now. We knew that at some point she was going to pass me, and we were waiting to see what was going to be the episode so that we could do a little discussion together. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know I did. Oh, by the way, it was so funny to see her talk about Spike, and Buffy in season 2. Never would have imagined that. And I was like, oh, I kind of knew that, but of course I couldn't tell her. I was just trying to keep things not spoilery for her, which is why I wanted to do the title / predictions on my own. And yeah, I think we should read the title of the next episode. Let's see what we can expect. The name of the next episode is called... It's not loading. Tough Love. I mean... Okay, wait, actually I have 2 different interpretations for this, because my first thought would be, we're definitely talking about Buffy and Spike, because, you know, like, we're definitely talking about Buffy and Spike. But then also reminds me a little bit of Buffy and Dawn's relationship. There has been quite a few small scenes with Buffy and Dawn where you can see that Buffy's really having to, like, stand up and take in, like, a motherly figure in regards to raising Dawn, I want to say. So I wonder if Tough Love could have something to do with maybe Dawn rebelling a little, because I feel like Dawn has been pretty okay with everything that Buffy is sort of telling her to do. Like, she's been very obedient. And I feel like Dawn's a little bit more of a rebel than that. So I wonder if Tough Love could have something to do with Dawn, you know, sort of having a little bit of like a "you're not my mom" talk with Buffy. Or if it could have something to do, like I said, with Buffy and Spike and their sort of tough love. Something really random that also came to my mind is I wonder if this could have something to do with like Buffy's actual father. Because I know that Lexi and I were just talking about like how Giles has really been standing up as like a father for them. But, you know, they still have like a biological father, I guess. So I wonder if Tough Love could have something to do with like him coming back, him appearing for an episode. A lot of different possible interpretations for the next episode. I'm definitely curious. And one final thing that I do want to say before we wrap up, which I didn't want to say with Lexi because I didn't want to like spoil anything for her, but I do have to say that Buffy kissing Spike back is so interesting. I have been talking for so long about like not knowing if Buffy actually is starting to have feelings for him back, and I feel like this would be the perfect proof that I need to be like, yep, she loves him. She's starting to I mean, not loves, but maybe she is starting to have feelings for him. But I really don't think that at this point she has feelings for him. I think this was, like I said, like a graceful kind of kiss. But I do think that this might be where it starts. Right now, she said she's not going to forget it. She just saw Spike in a completely different, like, light than she's used to seeing him. So I think it's definitely going to be quite interesting to see if now is when she starts to develop actual feelings for him. Anyways, still very shocked about that. This was quite an episode. I had a lot of fun, which I feel like I needed. Okay, I needed a break from the sadness that these last 2 episodes have been. Like, they were so painful. I'm just really grateful that this episode and the last Angel episode were kind of chill, kind of fun. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you had fun. And I will see you guys in the next episode. So thank you. Stay safe, wear a mask, and I will see you guys then. Bye-bye.
Actually, can I have 5 more of these little blonde bitches?